People are going to always want to get a letter in the mail. So he was deluding himself. He was making up this story. Who here really is excited and needs to get something in the mailbox? I've never checked my mailbox in years. I don't know what happens with my mail. Honestly, if you mail me something, don't mail me something. But he was deluding himself and going, what we've been doing for a couple hundred years with the mail is not going to get disrupted by something electronic. So, fast forward to today. You have digital currency versus holding dollars in your hand or yen. And people are going, no way. There's no way something that can be sent instantly, something that can be stored with no bank fees, there's no way that's going to beat the traditional Bank of America. And it just reminds me of that delusional story my stepdad was telling himself because he wanted to keep his job. It makes sense to me. Money's already digital. For who here really does a ton with cash? Most of your bank deposits are coming in as numbers and they're going out as numbers, right? You never touch the money. Have we seen big institutions falling recently? We saw Kodak fall for bankruptcy because of Instagram. We see phone companies. WhatsApp is going to put phone companies out of business. I mean, nobody going to use Verizon and all these things. These are nonsense companies, unless they change. In 5 or 10 years, this will be a joke. So just think about the thing. DVDs. Every once in a while I see like commercials for DVDs. I'm like, who is buying DVDs? Even movies, you're here in Hollywood. I go to movie theaters. There's no one there. Who remembers 10, 20 years ago when movie theaters were like packed? That's 10, 20. Netflix is destroying everything. They have 100 million people paying them 10 or 12, and now $12 a month. 100 million paying customers. Honestly, who here has had a good experience with Netflix? You feel like relaxing, and you just go turn on. Everybody. Does it make common sense that people who want to relax always want to get out, get in their car, drive, go park their car, pay $10 to park in LA, go buy a $12, $15 ticket, not be allowed to bring food in, buy food that's $20, $30, go sit in the movie theater next to strangers, and then drive back home. Even Star Wars movie premieres, I remember years ago, if you didn't book a ticket way ahead of time, you weren't going to go. Nowadays, even in LA, even Star Wars, you could go the next day without buying a ticket ahead. So big things getting disrupted. I bet you money will be disrupted. And PayPal started it. You know, PayPal originally was a digital currency, and they switched it over because it was too early. It was like the year 2000. Digital currency wasn't fine. So I think, and I see real money being made and companies being funded. I saw a digital electricity company. They're going to be manufacturing electricity, and it's going to be up on the blockchain. The blockchain will probably replace governments. That's the big thing. It's not just cryptocurrency. Think about how many corrupt elections there are. Even in America. Trust me, in America, everything's not on the up and up on these things. And so imagine a way with a blockchain that is very hard to lie. Everybody could vote from home. The thing of having to go to a voter booth is not a good idea. Because millions of people can't make it that day. They're busy, they're single mom, they're working. Imagine a way just on your phone, everybody votes for who the president should be. Let it be a true democracy. Let everybody vote. And if you don't have an iPhone, you could go borrow your friends. And you could have, you know what percentage of America votes? Not many. So I think each person in this room, whether you're ready to invest, I say everybody in this room, without a doubt, should put $100 into it. I mean, I can say that with 100% of confidence. $100. Worst case, you lose $100. But the process of buying $100 worth of cryptocurrency will teach you a little bit of how to get an account, a little bit of and just start with Bitcoin too. Trust me, this is an unbiased thing. People think Ty's pumping Bitcoin. I am not that influential and I can change the price of Bitcoin. I wish I was. So buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. It's BTC, and just watch it. And go to Coin. You can start with Coinbase for now. You got to put in a picture of your face. This is simple. So we'll talk more about that later. But I do think it's important because catching new trends is very correlated with having above average results financially. Trust me, you do not want to just be like, Ty, I got an idea. I'm going to start a company called Blockbuster. We're going to have stores all around America. You can rent DVDs. I'm going to be like, that has come and gone. And getting it now, you're definitely throwing your money away. Some people come to me with ideas. I'm like, this idea has come and gone, my friend. What's coming right now? So, yes. All right, we probably have time for a few more. Did you guys get enough food? Yeah.
Hi, Ty. Thank you so much for having this diamond lunch where I think we're going to get an ROI on our ticket just from the rock stars and curated team in here. I just love it. Thank you. So I'm Elizabeth. I'm the host of the Untapped Marketing Secrets Summit held next week where digital gurus are donating their talents, and then every dime raise is going to entrepreneurs in Uganda, Africa. Start their own business.
You contacted me.
Yes. Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're here. Yeah. So so these women entrepreneurs, they're piping in for the Untapped Marketing Secret Summit. This is great. Okay, so they're either going to make their first quantum leap. Quantum is 10x, from their first $1 to $10 online, or their first million to 10 million, right? What is the common denominator that you took to make your leaps 10x every time on your path from $1 to 10 million and beyond?
Hit me with a hard question. How do you go from 1 million to 10 million? Okay, you want to film this for them?
Could I?
Yeah.
All right, game on. All right, Untapped Marketing Secret Summit Entrepreneurs is coming to you from Tai Lopez.
All right, welcome from the U.S. One of these days I'm going to make it to Africa. I've landed there once in an airport, but I've never gone out and explored. So, wherever you live, Africa, the U.S., how do you go from $1 to $10? First thing is, double down on what works. Most entrepreneurs, I have no idea what's wrong with all of our brains. I find most entrepreneurs, they find something that works. It makes them $1. And they go, see, Ty, my ideas are so good, I'm going to have 100 other ideas. And I'm like, well, why not take the first idea that worked and just do it more? That will get you so far in life. Just do the same thing that worked. And most of us entrepreneurs became entrepreneurs because we get bored easily. So it's kind of like a bad habit. You have to just break that bad habit, and you have to be okay with going, all right, I'm going to stick with this one thing for a while. When you're playing poker or blackjack, when you have a good hand, you don't bet less. You don't fold it. You bet more. You double down. We got poker stars here that know this, but most entrepreneurs, they get the winning hand, they win one hand, they get another winning hand, and they go, all right, I'm making so much money at the poker table that I'm gonna go play craps. And then they go over to the craps table and they lose all the money. And I'm like, just ride the wave out. Ride it as long as you can. So be very careful of switching too much. So, humans are the same everywhere. Entrepreneurs in Africa, be careful of that. That's my answer.
Game on. Thank you so much, Ty. That's huge.
No problem.
Hi, Ty. My name is Irene. This is my partner, Talia. We are originally from Boston. Yes. So we just moved out here about 5 months ago. We dropped our day job to chase our dreams here in California. And the biggest struggle that we're facing right now is we started our own e-commerce business. And originally we started social media with modeling, and we're struggling with how to brand ourselves and market. Because we're also in the business field and we want to impact other entrepreneurs and influence their lives, but we're just kind of struggling on how to go about the whole branding thing.
Future now.
So what are you selling in e-commerce? What type of things are you selling so far?
Whatever's trending, pretty much.
So
monetization.
Clothing, gadgets.
See all these people struggling with hair is because they're not monetized at all.
I mean, I think a simple thing to do if you're doing gadgets is, do you guys have a review YouTube vlog? Like they call them unboxing? What kind of gadgets? Like electronic stuff?
We have electronics, we have kitchen stuff, we have pet stuff, we have mom stuff. So like we're focusing on different niches.
To try to find. Okay, so what you want to do is experiment, but then find one that works and stay more with it. So it's good to experiment at the beginning, but then you got to narrow it down. So try kitchen stuff, try pets, try electronics. The one that you find that works, try these unboxing kind of videos. So basically, there's a huge YouTube channel. I forget, who knows that guy that does unboxing? It might even be called that, Unbox or something. Yeah, there's a kid that made $9 million, and all he does is unbox toys, and he's like under 10 years old.
On them, right? Or something that gives a review on the product.
Yeah, he just literally, when I say unbox, I literally mean take a box of stuff and open it. I do it with one of the craziest things. I do it with shoes. If you look at my Instagram, the most views is when I just unbox a new pair of shoes. No idea. I don't know if it reminds people of Christmas. So it's like nostalgia. You're just opening a box and people are like, those were the best days of my childhood, right? So I think you just take these electronics, open them up on camera, make a 1-minute Instagram video, make a 10-minute YouTube one, and start doing stuff like that. And you can be 2 females, you know, this kid is like a 9-year-old kid or whatever. You can be the 2 Bostonian unboxers or something like that.
But so my question is, I guess, more like if we're trying to impact other entrepreneurs and we're doing modeling, like, do you think we can do everything at once or just focus on one thing?
Well, okay, common sense in this room. Should we focus on everything or one thing?
One thing.
Yeah. Now, with modeling, the reason you brought up modeling, so this is kind of like modeling because people will watch you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like music. If you look at music, a lot of musicians were people who could have been models too, because it's an aesthetic profession. You know, you're doing a music video, people watch Selena Gomez, they watch Justin Bieber, partly because they're good looking, right? So when you do this entrepreneur unboxing, you'll have that same effect. So it's already modeling. It's just not it's better modeling. It's sustainable modeling. Modeling is not that sustainable. I mean, it has a finite, you're not going to be modeling at 99 like my grandma. But you could be unboxing at 99. That would be a very interesting channel. My grandma could open and be like, I remember back 100 years ago, we didn't have this. People would be like, that's pretty cool. So the other thing I would say is don't be afraid to be like offbeat. Don't just like unbox. I see people trying to get good at YouTube videos, and it's just the most common mistake is like, hello, I am Tai Lopez. I am about to it just be wild, crazy, all that flamboyant stuff works very, very, very well. So I would just do unboxing. It'll already be modeling. Over time, you'll focus more on one thing. It could be clothing, it could be electronics, it could be whatever. You'll impact people by getting a following. And over time, once you have a following, you can start talking to them about other stuff. But you have to win at one thing first. You cannot win at everything. So I would focus down. What's working so far? The best. What do you see working so far the best? Your gut feeling. Female intuition is very powerful.
What's making us money?
Yes.
Obviously, so.
What's making you the most money? What category? Electronics?
No, we have one. It's a niche. It's one niche. We can't tell you guys the juice.
Okay, but say the general thing. You're not going to give it away. Like,
it's in the kitchen.
Kitchen. Okay, trust me. You didn't give anyone. No one's going to take you out of visit. Kitchen. Okay. So, do you guys live together?
Yeah.
Okay, take your kitchen, spruce it up. Make something crazy about it. It can be, I don't know. What makes a kitchen crazy? Help me brainstorm. What would make something like stand out? It'd be like a statue in the middle. A disco ball. There you go. Goldfish in the middle.
Rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chicken. Okay, but I'm talking about props.